title the Wabash. How I long for my Indiana home.
And now for the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engine!
Right on the tail of Marco Andretti. Can a teenager win in Indianapolis? Here's the finish. Sam Hornish Jr. makes the pass. He'll win it. Sam Hornish Jr.
It's not a tour de force. It's a tour de pin.
I know what it is. Danny Sullivan gets him. Danny Sullivan gets him down. No, he's swirling. No, he's spinning. Danny Sullivan spins. But he goes around twice and gathers it.
Absolutely incredible. Danny Sullivan headed for victory lane in Indianapolis.
Clark, twin checkered flag in the air. It's a battle at the start-finish line, and Joseph Newgarden will win the Indianapolis 500-mile race. Davey Hamilton, he finally gets the buggy off him, but the pass makes it stick. Joseph
Caution is out. Palou will win for validation, vindication for Alex Palou. He has won the Indianapolis 500.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Indianapolis 500 podcast, a Borg Warner production, with your host, Braden Bear-Lents. Sponsored by the Lagodi Big L Times. The Lagodi Big L Times has a circulation of close to 2,000 people, and we're growing at a faster rate, becoming one of the top leading journalism companies in all of the city of Lagodi, Indiana. And this podcast is sponsored by the Lagodi Big L Times Podcast Network. Visit our website today at www.lagoditimes.com and contribute to our website and local journalism in the Martin County area today. Lagodi Big L Times, a small newspaper with a big lion heart. Visit us online at www.lagoditimes.com. That out of the way, not much to discuss today. There really isn't much to discuss today. It's really been impacted by weather. Weather was a big factor in today's Day 2 of Indy 500 open testing. Not only was, and I think it's currently going on right now, as we're not for sure, but according to what I last saw, it said that they were not going to have any more test driving for today. Of course, the Fox Sports live stream ended extremely early today, earlier than I even thought. It ended around 5. So it's currently 5:34 Eastern in the Indiana area where I'm at. And today there really was not much to really discuss. There was a lot of testing and a lot of headaches for a lot of drivers, but also a lot of testing and a lot of good for a lot of drivers. So you got to really see 1,573 total laps today, with 4 yellow flags, including for a caution lap, including for a weather delay, and including one very minor but also major incident with Jack Harvey's car going up in flames. And he had to get out of the vehicle, I think around 3 today. But he was very good yesterday, but was just having a bad day today. There were also drivers such as Catherine Legg, who drives the number 11, where she was able to get a refresher test today and get back on the track, where I think if she was going to run in this race, it'd be 33rd or 32nd in the field. I probably wouldn't see her even climbing more up unless something amazing happens. But today, it really was just a light day, more like yesterday, but a lot more lighter. Not much to really discuss. A lot of rain in the forecast for the Indianapolis area as testing ended at 5 p.m., partially due to rain and partially because they weren't going to keep the cars out on the track very long. It was from 11:15 a.m. to 5 p.m., and they got a lot of their laps run today. It's hard to kind of compartmentalize this in a 10-minute episode, but really to describe the day, it was smooth, it was clean, but it's, like I said earlier, there was a lot of headaches, for a lot of drivers, and those drivers really had to fight the elements. They really fought the elements, and they really fought day 2 of practicing, as not only they were dealing with wet track conditions 75 minutes past the schedule, but there was also a lot of rain in the forecast, and there will continue to be rain in the forecast. There was overnight rain last night, especially where I'm at in Indiana and in Indianapolis. So a lot of the place was already wet to begin with. And then more rain was about to fall, and then it was getting even more wet. And then at 2:15 p.m., the track opened for all drivers. As you saw today, they ran almost a full-length race, as there was, but not the full 200 laps, but just a big refresher, as this is not a normal track to be on, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The greatest spectacle in racing is literally a few days away. May 1st is in 2 days. So these drivers need to prepare. They need to conquer the elements, and they're all doing great. They all did great today. And for the most part, as soon as testing ended at 5 p.m., it was pretty much a done deal. And you saw a lot of experience in the front today. Of course, there were drivers that were unlucky, like we said. Jack Harvey was very unlucky today, and Catherine Legg was just getting a reset. Helio didn't have as good of a track today. He didn't have as good of a practice today. Yesterday, he had a great practice. Another guy that also did not have a great practice, that had a great practice yesterday, was Connor Daly. And if I can find him here, Connor Daly, he wasn't even in the top 10, I don't think. Because I don't think he was, let's see here. Yeah, I don't think he was the one practicing. Yeah, he was in third, actually. Never mind. What am I thinking? I was just joking with you, ladies and gentlemen. Connor Daly had a great day of practice as he was in the third position. What was I joking? Man, that's the greatest April Fool's joke ever. Jeez Louise. He finished third. And from the looks of what I have seen of Connor Daly looks like a driver that could win it this year. Just from 2 days of practice. He ran a time of 225.215 miles an hour. He yesterday was one of the top practice timers yesterday. And he even was faster today than he was yesterday. And I'm just saying, he looks good. He looks really good. He led practice yesterday. He was almost led practice today. Started in third today, or placed third today, with Pat Elward behind him. But let's get to the full standings as we think about it. Joseph Newgarden at the top lap today. He was in the first spot. And then it's Alex Palou at 2, Connor Daly at 3, Pat Elward at 4, Takuma Sato at 5, Rinus VeeKay at 6, David Malukas at 7, Colin Collette in 8. He had a great day today. A great day today. And he's also running for AJ Foyt's team. But today, to start the practice, he led off an extremely good, extremely mild run. I mean, he looked like one of the top drivers in the field today. And if this was the race or even pole day or bunt day, he should at least finish in the top 10. He's looking really well with the speed of 223.194 miles an hour. And he was at number 8. Number 9 is Scott McLaughlin, another Penske driver, as he ran 223.056 miles an hour. Then you got Alexander Rossi finishing off the top 10. Marcus Ericsson at number 11. And then Mika Schumacher at number 12. And then Christian Lundgaard at 13. David Horger at 14, the rookie. 15 is Stingray Robb. Had a way better practice today than he did yesterday. I thought he improved a lot from the practice yesterday to the practice today. And then Felix Rosenqvist at number 16, Will Power at 17. And then Roland Grosjean. Oh, goodness gracious. How am I not pronouncing his name right? We're still, some of these, Romain Grosjean. There we go. Romain Grosjean at number 18. Sebastian Ferrucci at number 19. Ed Carpenter at number 20. Scott Dixon at number 21. Kyle Kirkwood, 22. Jack Harvey, 23. As we mentioned, he had a rough day today. Jacob Abel at number 24. Ryan Hunter-Reay at number 25. Jacob Abel, number 25. Ryan Hunter-Reay, 26. Kyle Simpson, Is that right? No. Kiffin Simpson. Kiffin Simpson. Yeah. Kiffin Simpson cannot speak today for my life. Kiffin Simpson, number 27. Marcus Erickson, number 28. Graham Rahal, another bad practice from him today at number 29. He is still active, along with Kyle Kirkwood, Felix Rosenquist, and then Colin Collette. All those drivers are still active at the moment. He was at number 29. And then Nolan Siegel at number 30. And then you got Lewis Foster at number 31. Helio Castroneves at number 32. And Catherine Legg at number 33. That rounds out the standings for today's day 2 of open testing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we get started with the Indianapolis 500. But first, drivers need to prepare for the road course race, the Sonseo Grand Prix, and that's going to be coming up later in the month of May. We're going to cover that right before we cover Indy 500 coverage, which will be huge because as the weeks go on and as the days go on, we'll have more of the same storylines we had last year, and the same stories that we're going to display this year will be different than last year. I mean, of course, we're going to be doing more with productions and doing more with interviews, but we hope to have everything put in place, everything ready to go, and everything ready to go right before the month of May. And it's only April 29th. Tomorrow's April 30th, and then it's May 1st. But I wanted to come on here today and shout out the Black Key Bulls who won the Little 500. And as many know, that's the unofficial start of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. And as soon as that happens, you know, hey, like it's the Indianapolis 500 season. You know that's coming up. So you are very glad and very happy that that's going on. And so it was very marred by tragedy. There were 9 people that were injured, all of which were not IU students, and some of which were very much so just people in general that were just trying to have a good time and celebrate. Moments like that should not be happening anywhere else in the United States. Hopefully the Indy 500 doesn't suffer anything like that this year. And we just hope that this year could be a lot better for the Indianapolis 500-mile race and for next year with the Little 500. But congratulations to Black Key Bulls after all that crazy day that was going on in Bloomington. Violence like that should not happen anywhere, not in Indianapolis, not in Bloomington, not anywhere else. So congratulations to Black Key Bulls, and we're still praying for those that are injured. And wishing our thoughts to them at the Indianapolis 500 podcast, a Borg Warner production. So we're going to be on here once again, possibly tomorrow. I think there will be a day 3 of practice tomorrow. I do know of that, and I think that's going to be going on tomorrow. Let me just confirm that really, really fast. And it looks to be, yep, they're going to have a day 3 of practice. They're going to have a day 3 of practice. It's going to start tomorrow. Actually, today, and it was 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Let's see about the 30th. There might not literally be anything tomorrow. Let's see if there will be anything tomorrow. We should have done our research. Actually, it concludes today. So there will be no practice today. And actually, no open practice at all for tomorrow. The only thing that will be going on, though, is the IU Health Indy 500 Mini Marathon Expo in downtown Indianapolis, running from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And I think going into that weekend, it will be the mini marathon, as it says on here. The mini marathon and other events begin on the following days, culminating to the official start of the 110th Indianapolis 500-mile race. And the testing concluded today. So as of April 20th or April 30th, cannot speak again. I apologize for not being able to speak today. April 30th on will pretty much be festivities for the mini marathon. And then the beginning of poll day. In the beginning of poll day, let me get a full schedule here. We didn't have a full schedule on here earlier. We came very, very underprepared. So the next time there will be practices will be May 19th through May 22nd. And that's going to be a Tuesday through a Friday. So Tuesday, May 19th through Friday, May 22nd. Qualifying begins with pole day on May 23rd and bump day on May 24th. And carb day will be, okay. I don't know if that date is right. Let me get a better schedule. And then I will reiterate that with everybody. Let me see here. Yep, here we go. This is a way better schedule from the Indianapolis. Make sure we'll have a full podcast about resources and all that good stuff with the Indianapolis 500 and resources you can follow, gambling sites you can go on responsibly. And with that, the episode will come out probably next week, where we talk about betting, where we talk about venues, hotels, all that good stuff related to the Indianapolis 500. So there will be, like we mentioned, there will be in the month of May, there's actually practices on the weekdays from May 12th through the 15th and the 18th of this year. Those will be the first Indianapolis 500 tests of the year. May 16th going into the 17th will be the poll day and bump day. That's what they call the PPG Presents Armed Forces Qualifying Weekend. So May 16th and 17th are both poll day on the 16th and bump day on the 17th. And then Carb Day will be May 22nd, with Legends Day being May 23rd. Both of those events will take place at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then all culminating with the running of the 110th Indianapolis 500 presented by Gainbridge on Sunday, May 24th. But going into this, we got 24 days until the Indianapolis 500. A very long time to be thinking about buying last-minute tickets, where you can find them on the Indianapolis 500 website. They have reserved seats. Those are still $85. They got some that are marked for $85, and we'll go into full extent. Wow, they actually got more tickets available this year than they did last year. Isn't that incredible? They got seats currently at this moment, like last year when I bought my tickets. Wow, they got a bunch of seating. Oh, wow, okay. Every seating everywhere. Tower Terrace has seating. Paddock has seating. Paddock has seating. C-Stand has seating. H-Stand has tickets. J-Stand has tickets. The Northwest Vista still has tickets on both the top and the bottom row for Sunday. The North Vista has tickets. The Northeast Vista has tickets. And the Pit Road Terrace has tickets. The Tower Terrace has tickets. The E stand, the B stand up, all the A stand seating, including the penthouse. B stand penthouse is open. E stand is open. The Southwest Vista still has seats, along with the deck area. The South Vista has seats, along with the Vista, the Vista deck. And to round this out, G Stand also has tickets. Those will run from $115 to $200 on their website. And the Southeast Vista has $155 to $300 tickets on both the Vista, but the Stand has $550 tickets still available. And it looks like they might still have maybe one or two that are still there. We're not for sure yet. We'll go into more detail about that. But wow, I last year when we were buying tickets for the Indianapolis 500, there were so many seats located in certain areas, but it was a completely packed race. Like, it was packed. And people didn't understand. General admission tickets are still available as well. That was where we were able to find tickets for last year. And just even buying the tickets would be kind of nice. We're not going to go this year. We just do not have it financially. But if you do have it financially, like last year we said that, and then we won the contest. And I won an amazing opportunity to be at the Indianapolis 500. And it was really a great time in my life. I really, really loved it, and I really enjoyed it. It's just this year, legitimately, we just cannot do it. We just cannot do it. And that's probably the big reason why there are still tickets available. There's also going to be tickets available at SeatGeek and Ticketmaster as well, so don't just look for the Indianapolis 500 tickets. If you can find a cheaper ticket anywhere else, you could go find those tickets, and you could go find those tickets anywhere else around that area. and it would still be a nice occasion to be around. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Whether you're sitting in the infield with a few beers and seeing the snake pit, or you're going to be out and about in the paddock looking at the cars, or you're going to be on Legends Day, or you're going to meet your drivers that you really like, or you're going to see something that you normally haven't seen before. This is a great, great, great time right now in the state of Indiana to really get going on the Indianapolis 500-mile race and to really get excited right now because May is coming. May's coming, and it's coming in 2 more days. So we found a clearer schedule. May 12th will be a practice day. May 13th, 14th, and 14th will be May 12th, 13th, and 14th will be practice days. So we'll have the Tuesday practice session for the 500, a Wednesday practice session for the 500, and a Thursday practice for the 500. The 15th is Fast Friday, so that's technically the last day of practice. And then the 16th is pole day. 17th is bump day. The 18th, they're going to then have practice, and that'll be the last practice before the Indianapolis 500 because the 19th you're off, the 20th and 21st you're off, but the 22nd is carb day, and that's going to be on a Friday, and then Legends Day will be on the Saturday, the day before the Indy 500. Now, when you go to Legends Day, do not be alarmed if you see a bunch of yellow shirts with guns and stuff like that, because I'm just saying they're not there to intimidate you at all. They are there to protect and preserve the people at the track and protect everyone around it. It's very, very important that you respect yellow shirts. That's something I learned last year. Please respect the yellow shirts. They've been there quite a long time, and they're not as rough as they used to be, but they're a lot better than how they were way back in the 70s and the 80s. We'll get more on that when we have our documentary about the yellow shirts this year. That'll be available on our YouTube page, both at WBRA Braden 98.5, the YouTube channel, or on the Ligoti Times email and YouTube channel as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So May 23rd, Legends Day was fun. It just was so packed. And we were able to see the garage. My mom and sister had such a hard time that year trying to get into the area. They closed it off as for them, and they just let me go. Because once they saw my mom and sister, they didn't even let her see the car. And up to that point, I just basically was forcing her to see it because they were not allowing her to see it. So she got a chance to see it for like a few seconds, but couldn't really enjoy it. And that was the race team's fault. That was not the Indianapolis 500's fault. I really appreciate what the 500 did. And I appreciate Juco Racing and Built Basic for letting us have that opportunity. It's just they're at points that it could have been done better. And it's been quite the year so far with my mom and sister as well. But we're not going to get into that in this episode. And so, again, Legends Day is the 23rd. That'll be the Saturday before the race. Sunday will be the Indianapolis 500, along with the Snake Pit performance out at the Snake Pit around the time of the race. And that's going to be back again. It's literally, I do not like the Snake Pit. If you're a drinker and you like to drink, it's a fun event for you, but not if you don't drink. Not if you don't drink. But overall, you'll really love, I don't want to bring down more of this, but it's really fun. It's really, really fun. So all of it will be a lot of fun. You'll really enjoy it once you get there. So to wrap this all up, let me go through all of the events that are going to be going on at the Indianapolis 500 for the month of May. It's all going to start on May 8th, where May 8th is practice for the Suncio Grand Prix. Suncio Grand Prix. May 8th. May 9th is the race. And then after that, May 12th is the practice. 12th, 13th, 14th is practice. And the pole day will be the week of the May 16th and 17th. So you got practice May 12th through the 15th and the 18th. And then you got pole day and bump day on May 16th and 17th. And then you got carb day on May 22nd. and then you got Legends Day on May 23rd, and then you got the Snake Pit on May 24th, along with the Indianapolis 500 on May 24th at 12 noon. Please buy tickets today. It's not too late, it's not too early, and it's not too bad to buy tickets now. It's not too bad. And if you want, you really have to get going on it. Because I'm just saying, it's better is later than never. But you know what I'm more shocked about this year? That there's still a lot of tickets available. There are a lot available. And if they get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, they may be worth something later on in life. And you may want to, even if you got a small budget like I do, and you want to go, but you just want to buy the tickets for nostalgia, you could do that too. Or resell them online for a way cheaper price. Or resell them online for a way pricier price. The choice is yours, but remember, it's not too late, it's not too early to get started on buying tickets. Please buy them before they sell out. There is a lot of tickets still available, but you need to make sure that you watch your budget, you watch your money, but you also, in these hard economic times, it could be also hard for anybody to go to the race this year. And for that, we completely understand. You could be like us and watch it on TV, or you could try to save up a little bit and go. But that is up to you. That's not my decision. We hope everybody, though, has the best month of May ever. And we hope that everybody has the best month of their lives in the month of May. It's the best month to ever be alive. We just celebrated March Madness. We celebrated the Hoosiers winning the national championship. Speaking of that, if you love the Hoosiers, Kurt Signetti is going to drive the pace car this year at the Indianapolis 500. That might be, besides all the patriotic salutes to the United States, that's going to maybe be the best part about the race this year. That might even be the best part about the race this year. And I would love it if everybody could get the chance to experience Kurt Signetti and the Hoosier Flair. I know many of the people might be in Miami. I know many of the drivers might be from that area. They might be a little upset, or maybe they're from Alabama, or maybe they're from Oregon, and they're a little upset. Don't be upset over the team. And when you're flying from here, from like California to Indianapolis, make sure you check out, once you're leaving the airport, the Indiana Hoosiers National Championship banner that's hanging outside the Indianapolis International Airport, and give it a salute. Even if you don't like IU, just give it a salute, please. Because, believe it or not, it's a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun watching that Hoosiers team this year. They were the best team I'd ever seen. One of the best football teams, college football teams ever. And they have really made a name for themselves this year. They not only impressed us, inspired us, but they'll inspire you maybe to maybe go chase your dreams and feel inspired. If you know nothing about college football, or you know nothing about that, enjoy the racing. Enjoy the coverage. Enjoy the day. And the last thing is that, like I mentioned earlier with my family, if you hear alerts in the background, my sister will be nominated for a National Honor Society award. So I'm really excited for her tonight. I will get going, as hopefully there's a live stream about it, but we'll see if there is one or not. They haven't sent much information about that. I'm hoping I can find one, but congratulations to my sister who's getting an NHS. Congratulations to the Hoosiers for winning the national championship, and we wish you and everybody else the best May of your life. Tune in to the Indianapolis 500 podcast of Borg Warner Productions, wherever you get your podcasts, on Spotify or YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple Music, or anywhere else on the web. We're available, and you can also listen to us live on www.lagoditimes.com. Even if we're not live, it will still be pre-recorded. Thank you all so much for listening once again. Have a great rest of your day. Again, we will probably be back tomorrow. I'm not for sure. We're still debating on that. But if we're not back tomorrow, we'll be back around the first day of May to introduce all of you to the greatest spectacle in racing and get you hyped up for the entire month of May. We're going to probably work on a few things, and then we're going to get started. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day, and let's go racing!
see.